This is the Renault Scenic E-Tech, the full electric Renault Scenic, which used to be an MPV, but now it's an EV SUV. You heard me. Now, we are big fans of the Megane E-Tech. This shares its chassis, probably obviously a bit bigger than that one, but ultimately we think that's a very, very good EV. So if this is just a bigger version of the Megane, maybe we're onto a winner. As always, we'll take a look around this thing and then we'll take it on the road. They look very French, which for me divides opinion. You either like them or you hate them typically. I mean, it's the Renault family look. There's a lot of Megane in this, of course. You've got all this textured front end. The new Renault badge here, the black one, they've not just put it there, they've hidden the things like the radar guided sensors behind it. So you don't just have these random, well, slabs for no reason. There's a lot of angles going on. It's very busy. So again, I think you'll either like it or just think, nah, not for me. Now the side kind of, well, it hides its size quite well because it's not that tall, but it isn't small either. And the massive 20-inch wheels that this version, the top spec of course, comes with, it also comes with 19s, it makes the car seem smaller than it actually is. There is one thing which I found slightly annoying, or maybe it's just because it's different. It's that the charge port, up to 150 kilowatts CCS, it's at the front and it's on a wing as well. So I know I don't like driving into a charging spot. Now, the doors, the handles do come out when you walk to them. So if I unlock the door, quite easy to do, but pop out handles, not the favourite for everyone. They are quite large doors, quite heavy, but the rear, again, equally as heavy, but there's a ton of space. The back, lots of sharp angles, again, lots of Frenchness, like this bit of aero here. It's very odd to look at. I mean, it's there for a reason, and it probably does a good job at whatever it's for. But I think a lot of people will think, well, that's a strange design. It's a strange decision. I'm not sure. Now, the boot, because it is, again, a family car, it's not the biggest. Things like an Enyaq would be slightly bigger, but this is quite tall, it's quite deep, it's square, bit of a lip, but ultimately this is a decent sized boot. And if we come over, it's got a nice bit underneath too. I mean, that goes all the way down to the bottom, so you could almost fit, well, a suitcase or two in there in terms of the stuff you carry onto a plane. So there's all that underneath and all this, and again, family stuff, 12-volt socket in the back. It's the most important part of a car for a lot of reasons. It's what connects you to the ground. So the fact that they haven't cheaped out like a lot of manufacturers do with the tyres it comes with, that's again a good sign. Right, now we start with the steering wheel. It's got a bit of black gloss and quite a lot of buttons, flat at the bottom and top. So, you know, it feels quite nice. And yeah, I won't say premium, but not far off. That multi-sense button is actually a drive mode button. So if I press it, I can flick between comfort, eco, sport and perso. Now the door cards, other than this bit here, which is kind of hard plastic, bit of mood lighting going on there, which changes depending on what mode you're in. This feels nice. That's kind of a leatherette material. Again, leatherette, decent switch gear, a nice really felt lined, very big door bin. It's just a nice place to be when you look at the rest of the dash. I mean, that's what, it's like speaker fabric?
Nice, yeah, it's like speaker fabric.
Yeah, and it's got essentially Google. It's Google tablet if you want. It does Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wirelessly charge your phone there. And look, buttons, actual buttons for all your climate control stuff. Let me just turn the car on. There we go. Now, this is a lesson for a lot of manufacturers because it's not just a big clear screen. If you press this button, it's a virtual cockpit. So you can change it to all sorts of stuff, including my personal favourite, sat nav. You can sort of see that on the camera there. And, well, just lots of different options. It's software. Why is this not standard across lots of different cars? Down the bottom, we've got dividers that can move. So you've got lots of storage down here as well. A bit of storage for things. Somewhere to put your key there. And, of course, cup holder. And if I open this, some more storage for your audio equipment that goes. That's quite deep. That goes all the way
right,
down.
yeah.
And this also moves forward a little bit, so the armrest is actually quite nice and it's in a good position. It's French, so I'm not expecting a full width.
No. Ooh.
Well. It's not massive, but at least it's full. There's no left-hand drive, right-hand drive problems.
I like that.
Now, again, this is a top spec, so this is not standard. So, hello, it's a mirror, but if you do that, it's now using the rear camera for a screen.
Genius.
It's brilliant, which means you can see how good looking the person behind you is at night much better. This, Harry, check this out. So, it's a sunroof, but not a sunroof. So, as it stands, this is really welcome, isn't it? It's really light and airy. You can see through it.
Ow.
What was that?
That was my head.
So if I push that back...
It's like I've got cataracts.
Yep. You can see it's now fully opaque.
Oh, that's amazing.
And if I put it back again...
That makes quite a big difference.
That's it,
That's
isn't it?
genius.
It's only on the top spec, though, unfortunately. Now, Harry, I've got something which will blow your mind.
More so than the roof?
Absolutely.
Wow.
This button here, if I press that button, it puts everything on. Do you know all your lane keep assist, all that sort of annoying things that most people turn off? If I press it again, it turns it to personal mode,
Right.
which is everything off.
Oh, wow.
So effectively, you've got a button to turn all of the things
two
to
clicks?
Yep. There's another one, Harry.
No, there's not.
There's more. All the little annoyances that, we always pick up on. Paddles.
the regen?
Regen paddles. So you can see it in the corner there.
Are we sat in a Kia?
I've got something else which will blow your mind in terms of familyness as well.
What's that?
Well, you're going to have to go in the back for this, though. Now, that is in the same position you had it before.
Yeah.
Lots of space for you. So what's the space in the back like?
Do you know, I think I prefer being sat in the back than sat in the front. It is amazing back here.
It does look to have a really large window at the back.
All I've got here is glass. It's like I'm in a fish tank.
Now, this is, again, top spec only.
Yeah.
So...
Being spoiled a bit here, aren't we?
We are, and but it's worth it, isn't it?
It's just, I think if you can afford to option that.
Let me show you that. So pull that down.
Okay.
Your phone can go on that nice soft bit there, if you will. So, you won't scratch it and stuff like that. Now, spin that round for us. So it's a cup holder, obviously.
Oh, what?
But if you put your phone...
Oh, and it goes in there.
It goes in one of them. So if you put it in there, and you can angle it to...
Oh, look at that.
The kids are going to love that.
Yeah. And
you've got a cup holder and two USB-C slots right at the back.
Perfect.
Somebody
with kids.
With kids has designed
who's
this
been
car.
on a long journey.
Yep.
Of a slim build, I think you're going to get three in the back.
Yeah.
I think if you're any more than that, you're going to be rubbing shoulders a bit too much.
Two adults in the back, comfortably. I mean, you've got a lot of space down there.
A lot.
Look at that leg space. Benefit of ground-up EV, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's a flat floor as well.
I've spotted one more thing.
Oh.
There's two USB-Cs in the back of here as well.
Wow, so that's 4 in the back.
Yeah. So you've got your two kids with their iPhones and whatever, and they've got the vapes as well on charge. That's what kids do nowadays.
There's 2 in here as well.
Yeah.
So that's 6 USB slots in this car.
I mean, in terms of just the size of the rear door, if you had to get a kid into a child seat in the back of here, it's a doddle, isn't it?
Yeah. Now you've got 2 battery sizes, 60 and 84, I think it is, kilowatt hours.
At least there's quite a bit of difference between them.
I've been averaging on a nighttime 250-mile trip up the motorway.
70 mile an hour.
That's a speed limit.
You can't go over.
So on that no traffic trip,
Yeah.
I averaged 3 miles per kilowatt hour, which would give you roughly, well, just over. So 250 mile motorway.
Which isn't bad, is it, really?
And that's in summer.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say it's going to be 210, 220 in winter, but that's motorway Audi speed range.
70 mile an hour.
Yeah. Around town, you'll get over 300 miles in this.
Oh, I should imagine
depending on the time of year. I imagine the smaller battery version would be similar to Megane rail, maybe a bit less because it's heavier. But yeah, it's, I'll say 190 to 210 on the smaller battery version, which
would be enough for most people.
It would, but the price difference.
Yeah.
$3,500 between the smaller and the bigger battery version.
Yeah, well, for that much of a difference,
it's not a huge gap.
You might as well go for it.
I was expecting 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And I have to say, again, after nearly 800 miles in this, most of which has been in a motorway, I've not got out with any backache.
No.
It's been comfortable. I would say that my Tesla, for example, was a fraction more comfortable.
Yeah.
But it's still comfortable.
Does it more or less drive itself like a Tesla does with
You do have the radar guided cruise control
yeah.
and the lane keep assist
So it does
standard.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that driving this I've noticed isn't to my liking. Because it disengages the handbrake automatically when you set off. You can't. I'll just stop it now. Put it into park. So now we've stopped.
Yeah.
Handbrake on automatically. Brilliant. So put it back into drive. It holds you there, and then it kind of releases you. Like, ooh. And the performance. So 2 power sizes, of course. 170, I think, in the smaller version, and 220 in this.
That's
which, again,
it feels enough, doesn't it?
Perfectly adequate. So put my foot to the floor. That's 50, and I'm having to slow down.
Yeah.
It's quicker than most family cars will be. Oh, on these country roads, Harry, these lane keep assist and all the other features it gives you are annoying me.
Just press the button.
My safety perso selected. All off.
Yep.
At least the ones I want off are off. Now, the list price of the smaller battery entry level is 37.5.
Okay.
The bigger battery version, £3.5 more expensive. So that in itself as list price is pretty good, but just a very quick Google, £37,500 for the bigger battery version, but entry level trim.
Just thinking 6, 7, 8 months time when there's a lot of these on the market and need to sell them.
Yeah, that's going to get cheaper.
Yeah, like the Megane.
So you're going to get the entry level, I reckon, for about 34.
That's going to be.
Yeah, once they start coming out in numbers.
I mean, for this size of car.
Handling is exactly as you'd expect.
Yeah.
It's not a hot hatch. It's a family car. So it's a modern, reasonably well handling car. There's nothing more than
quiet and compliant.
Yeah, it is. You can feel a little bit of roll when you push it.
It's a big heavy car, isn't it?
It's a big car. The only thing I would say about the dampening, it's like some you would get like boom, like over a speed bump. It would not like a waterbed, but it softens it. Whereas this kind of goes
more of a thud.
Yeah, so you can clearly feel the weight.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to buy one of these, what other cars do you think you're going to look at?
You know what? That's one of the hardest things. We say this time and time again. The other cars, because
they're getting better and better now.
Let me give you a few. Cupra Born. So this is realistic price is about the same as the entry level for this.
Ooh. Do you know? I really like the Cupra Born. It was very chuckable. It was very. It wasn't a hot hatch, but had that bit of a hot hatch feel. As a family,
this is better family car.
Family car, yeah.
All right then. Would you save a couple of grand, or same price for a top spec version of the Kia Niro? Which in the entry level of this is about the same battery size.
I think it depends on how much space you need.
Again,
the Kia Niro is a smaller car, a smaller boot.
Better family car then?
Without a doubt, a better family car, yeah.
Same with the ID3 then as the Cupra Born. Now this is going to be a tough one for you. Both the Ioniq 5 and 6 are in the similar sort of range as the bigger battery version of these.
Now the Ioniq 6, I can leave that. I do like it. I really like the back of it, but
I like the 6.
I can leave that. But the 5 for me is such a good looking car.
And it's a big interior.
Yeah.
Good family car.
Do you know? I think
it would got the tweaks.
I think it would, in my mind, it would be either one or the other. I'd have to probably test drive them back to back.
Side at road, wouldn't you? Driving up. You know what? It's essentially whatever you prefer.
Yeah.
They're both good in their own right.
Cars, yeah. They're better warranty, don't you? But you don't get a bad warranty on these, do you?
3 year.
Is it 3 now?
On this.
Is it? Oh, I thought it was 5.
8 on the battery, but 3 years on the car.
In that case, then the Ioniq 5's
5 years on the Kia EV6.
Yeah.
7 year warranty. It's a big tick.
I guess it's one of them, isn't it? If you're buying it from new on a PCP and you're having it for 2 or 3 years, then you don't have to think about that, do you?
Or a lease route, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're going to get this car and go, this is going to be my car.
Yeah, or a used one.
Yeah, then again, it's worth looking, isn't it? It does mean that this becomes slightly less attractive.
What about, again, similar sort of price, the ID4? It's a big car.
I would still go for that. I mean,
the interior is much better.
You know what?
So much better.
The ID4's needing a facelift, isn't it?
Yeah. All right then. Enyaq.
Oh, I do like the Enyaq.
That's probably similar price, different battery size. It's a good comparison.
I think I would go for this just because it's a little bit more modern in terms of the entertainment and what it gives you.
The little tweaks for the kids.
Yeah.
Is there a better family car than this then? Forget, it go up or down in price.
I don't.
In terms of what it gives
there is.
There's only one that I can think of, and it's wildly more expensive.
What are you thinking?
The EV9.
I mean, it's a massive
It's
car,
massive
isn't it?
and it's twice the price. So it's not comparable.
No.
But that's the last time I was
Got
in the car going and thought, this is really good for what it's designed to be.
For me, this is, I think the EV9, maybe the Nero, shows a benchmark, and you get in and go, whoa, this is what they can achieve.
I have discovered one cheapy outy thing.
Oh, what have they done? What is that?
The worst key I have ever seen. I think that's not changed.
It looks like a
since the
remote
Zoe.
control for a garage door.
I mean, I like the fact it's flat and it goes in your pocket easily, but this is the cheapest thing I have ever come across. Outside of the Polestar 2's key, there's a small cock in this car. No, seriously, there's a small cock in this car. And I've Googled small cocks.
Where is it?
French small cocks. I cannot find a reason for this to be in this car.
Where is it? It's there.
Look,
What is that doing?
I don't know.
Who put that there?
I know who can ask.
I can ask.
Hey Google, why is there a small cock in a Megane E-Tech?
My apologies. I don't understand.
Well, we've got the innuendos in.
That's it.
How many people were watching that going, what did he just say?
Yeah. How many people were waiting for that bit?
Well, yeah. That's what you pay for. In fact, no, you're not paying for it. This is free. Can you believe that this is free? This
That is
output.
amazing.
I cannot believe it. But if you wanted to pay 99p to get it on a Sunday instead of a Friday,
Well, it's a bargain.
and not good enough for public, but good enough for members who are paying, unique members-only videos every week.
That's really
99p. Bargain. Oh, whilst doing the long journeys, charged it up
Yeah.
on a 300 kilowatt charger, so this goes up to 150 as we said earlier, and it got 137.
Wow, that's good.
Both ways.
Yeah.
It didn't do any preheating, or at least there's
didn't
nowhere
seem
to
to do
tell
it.
it to do it. It was quick enough, so by the time we came back with our Greggs,
Yeah. Put enough in.
and we hadn't eaten it, we just bought the thing, gone to the toilet, we were ready to go. 25 minutes for about 55-60% added. And in terms of noise, again, it doesn't quite get to the Tesla levels, the Astra.
Yeah, the
That's
Astra's
quiet.
really quiet.
But for a car in general, it is quiet. It's just, I would put it on the average EV quietness scale.
There's not much that touches this.
No.
If someone said to me, I want a family car, I've got one kid and another one on the way.
Yeah, electric. Right, well, before we wrap up, what food is this?
Oh God, what is this? It's like Christmas dinner.
But a good Christmas
A good Christmas dinner. Because when you think you're done, another course comes out.
You've got your family around you, everybody's happy.
Yep.
Your uncle's getting drunk.
He is.
I mean, expectations are met. You've got presents.
I think that's it.
It's a Christmas dinner.
dinner.
There we go. Right, well, before it gets too dark, fingers crossed you can still see us properly.
I'm hoping so.
Let's just end it on, I cannot fault this for what I expect, for what I'm paying, the battery sizes, small family, you have to test it.
You do,
Absolutely. But you need to get your kids in to test it.
Oh, they will love it.
Yeah.
I prefer to be driven by the kids. I'll sit in the back.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Until you do a family trip in it, you won't realise how good it is.
Yeah.
Right, well, thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you.
That's it. It's very rare we say this, but we have
yep.
done. So there we go. Let's end it before...
Change his mind.
Yeah. Very good tyres as well.
Very good tyres.
Very good
Very
tyres.
good tyres.
Very good. Yeah, Michelin tyres.
Really good.